Ou enfoncer l'autre pour gagner honnêtement ma vie. Si c'est ça l'honnêteté, alors moi je choisis le mal.
I wanted to use the event channel, but it's alright.
Alright. Okay. What you call it? I don't have the event channel on my stream thing.
I have what? Say it again.
I said I don't have the event stage thing on my stream set up yet.
No, that's fine. We don't have to use it then.
I'll set it up next time when I actually have proper. Oh wow, tasty. Man, subscribe to the Twitch. I love it. Oh. It's okay. Oh, excuse me.
There's one. There's two. If I sound weird, I am a little sick still. So hopefully my voice doesn't go completely out.
That North Carolina weather got us feeling weird.
It's actually snowing up here right now.
Really?
Yeah. So we should have got that snow on Christmas, but better now than never.
That is true. Oh, how'd you do in the storm, by the way? Did you have the storm?
As far as a stormy storm, no sir.
Okay, let me post the. Why is that not a link? Hold on. Oh, oops! I didn't post the full link. Oopsie.
Let me
That link is not working. What's going on? Am I doing something wrong?
Okay, so I just DM'd the Dom guy. Little pipe. So hopefully he gets here soon. I actually could not fix that.
Timeout thing?
Yeah, so that might be it. Yeah, this is why I like when people join the Discord early, so like that can just go away. But
I don't know why that's happening. It's so weird.
No, it's a setting that someone else put in here for some reason. And I
Well,
haven't
you're
been
the
able to
host.
fix
You
it.
should be able to turn it off.
Yes, but I had
What?
3 other people.
I see. Okay. Let me check the tournament chat. Okay, yeah, Chuni. Okay, Chuni's coming. All right, sweet.
Is that an extra person?
Yes, Chuni is playing today. I think they joined. Yeah, he's gonna be streaming, I believe, as well. There we go. Now I got my stream set up. I'm not even live, DDs. Here we go. Alrighty.
Did he sign up on the website or no?
If not, I put the link in there in the Shadowverse Discord too. Let me just.
I don't know why I can't check in Exia for some reason. So Exia, if you could check in on the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, let me refresh.
Excuse me.
Who's Tasty?
Tasty? Oh, this
Yeah.
is a friend of mine. He might be on the timeout. He might be on the timeout too.
Yeah,
Okay.
that might be him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I saw he put something in the chat.
Yeah.
I think Tasty actually followed, and he got to my
followed.
yes, you guys got me to my 40 follower goal that I had on here.
Nice.
So I appreciate y'all.
Tasty is a real one. We appreciate you guys coming today. Thank you.
Yeah.
Chris has definitely made this process easier for me hosting locals.
Yeah, I was gonna be in Houston, but some situation happened and ended up not making it.
Was that for an
Cool.
LCQ?
Yeah, for LC.
Yeah, so is the LCQ on Sunday or was it on Saturday?
For Houston was yesterday, but other
Okay.
LCQ were also firing off at the same, not exactly at the same time, but like, you know, within like a span of a few hours from each other. Sydney and London.
Okay. I need to get better at tagging on Twitter. I'm gonna keep calling it Twitter, even though it's like, cause like when I put it in the URL, or it's gonna ask for a URL, it still says Twitter, so I'm still gonna call it Twitter. Oh wow, Shadowverse Evolve is all caps. Okay. So we're probably waiting on those 2 people for that 10-minute timer.
Dom said he has only like 1 minute, so he should be in here in like 2 seconds. Again, actually, that's gonna be like my main priority to figure out how to fix that. It's just like this one setting, like buried down somewhere in like the Discord, that I need to fix.
Okay. I'm coming in clearly. Can you guys speak up and say something? See if
Hello.
Alright, what's up?
Yeah, perfect.
Hello.
What's good, Dom? How
Yeah,
you
I
doing?
didn't see the Discord link earlier. It's on the sign up page. It's in the show full description, and I didn't click it, so I didn't realize. I thought it was in the other Discord, so I was sitting over there just looking and waiting.
I should actually put that on like the very top.
Yeah, but I'm here now.
Sweet deal, sweet deal. Actually, oops. There we go. I was wondering why it wasn't popping up. Okay, everybody, welcome. Still waiting on Tasty.
Should I just add Tasty to the thing?
Um, did he join the Discord or is he on the sign up page?
No, I don't see him.
Okay, then he's probably not playing. If he didn't sign up, then he's probably. Oh, see, he's right there.
Bro, I'm not playing. I just joined. So
If he didn't sign up, then he's probably.
Okay.
Okay. We appreciate and love you, Tasty. Thank you.
Well.
Okay. Okie dokie. So we're still missing one person.
No, I think we're good now.
Are we? I thought you
Yeah.
said 4 people signed up.
So Dom, Ghost, Ixia, and then Rika. Actually, are we missing Rika?
Yeah, Chuni's not here yet. Chuni is streaming though. Let's see.
I'm guessing he's probably still waiting on timeout.
Yeah, probably that timeout. It's so lame. Oh, do you see Chuni on hold on. Oh, Chuni might not be in the Discord. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm on their Twitch as well, so I think it's still loading on their end. So I don't know if
I don't, because they're texting in the Discord. Hold on. Let me get them a Discord invite. So we gotta wait another 10 minutes because Chris doesn't want to figure it out right now in the span of 10 minutes. Gosh, imagine being, in God's seat and not.
right.
Jeez.
Let me see if I can.
Right.
Let me see. Hold on.
Yeah, do some doodadding, because. I'm struggling to get the link right now. I don't know why. My brain's running on 2 brain cells. See, this is why I can't participate in locals, because y'all would be whooping me. I play a big brain Runecraft deck, and I have such small brain.
Yeah, that's how I felt when I started touching Forest. I was like, oh man, I don't know how they did it.
Oh my gosh. When, there we go. Okay. I sent it to Chani. Alright. I'm very happy. I'm ready to see what the results are for Houston. I'm ready to talk about them.
I was there. It was
Oh yeah.
top 2 was Forest Mirror, and then third, fourth was Uma Dragon.
Okay, so first and second were for Forest Graph.
Yeah.
Okay, let's check this out.
Forest was pretty popular. Like, I would not be surprised if it was about the same numbers as Uma.
Okay, there we go.
Sorry about that. The instructions were completely unclear.
It is all good.
Also, just music is really loud. There we go. Let me pull up everybody's volume.
Okay,
No.
welcome. I was like, we're sitting here. I was like, Chris said that this was everybody, and I was like, wasn't there 4? I was like, I'm not playing. So, but yeah, glad we got you in here. Alrighty. Actually, I need to switch these screens over. There we go.
So I put the round 1 pairings up in the pairings channel. You guys can also see it on challenge. Anyone want to be on? Well, anyone not streaming that wants to be on the stream.
You can put me on there if you want.
Okay.
Yeah, you can put me on there too.
Okay. Good.
Because I do
So
want to watch the
are we
vlog
having
later on.
Okay, we have 2 matches. We have 2 matches. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, you want to talk over it, Jalil, or you just want to do 2 separate ones?
Yeah, we can try doing the talk over it.
Okay. So, table 1, it can just stay Don versus Ghost, and then table 2, Exia and Rika, right?
Yeah,
You guys could just go to table 2.
Okay, sweet deal.
And then you guys can just like mute us so you guys don't hear us like rambling on.
Okay, so yeah, mute.
And then you guys can start whenever.
Yeah, I was kind of gotta take my desk.
All right. Want to pull up
Okay.
the screen? You see see everything all right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I was about. Don't they have us muted?
Probably.
You answered for them.
Alright, I don't know.
You answered for them when they have us muted. Okay, so we're here in round 1 of Shadowverse. So it looks like we've got Forcecraft versus some Runecraft. Okay, we have some spells versus the great nature itself. Okay, so Chris is very new to the game, so I will definitely
Yeah, it should be fine.
Yes.
help you understand Chris.
And are
Probably
you
hopefully
familiar
by
with
the
all
end of
the
the month
forest
you'll get
cards,
a
or
basic understanding. It's
should I say what they are when
it's
I
pretty easy.
play them?
Okay, hold on, let me just lower them down. Because I don't want them to be like too loud. But yeah. Never played this game, but it seems very interesting. Surprisingly, to run a tournament, you don't need to know how to play the game.
Yeah, I mean, that's very true.
But it helps when you do know how to play the game. So this is my tutorial today.
Yes. Well,
But I mean like the rundown of like how the mulligans work, what type of decks they're playing, and all that other good stuff.
you need that right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so how they're starting off is we have our phone companion app, and they both start at 20 life, and then they roll dice. Whoever wins the dice roll gets to choose who goes first or second. Whoever goes second gets these things called Evo points. So you're not playing on the back end. You're able to evolve your followers by spending 1 Evo point per turn.
Mhm.
And sometimes Evos cost like 3 or 2, but you can only use that 1, to pay the rest of the cost. So like this follower costs 3 to evolve. So I spend 1 Evo point and then I spend 2 of my play points, and you get a play point every turn. Essentially, it's kind of like just imaginary energy in Dragon Ball. It's people use Dawn to like keep track of it sometimes, but you can usually do it on the app. So the Forcecraft player is going second because he has Evo points there in the back.
And what are evil points?
So they're the evolution points. They help you evolve your followers.
Oh, I thought you said evil, not evolve.
No,
points.
Evo points. Evo points.
Okay. Makes sense. I do like the app because it's kind of like Magic too. They have an app.
Hold on. Let me bring the stream up. There we go. Okay. But so the decks right now are Forcecraft versus Runecraft. So the Runecraft deck is basically just the wizard deck. It's basically the wizard deck. It's going to be playing a whole bunch of spells. Every spell is like a removal spell. And the Force Craft is it's kind of different. There's multiple ways to build it. It's very versatile. But there's like one build right now where it's like kind of control. It's like there's a card called Silverbolt
Yeah.
that burns you for life for however many cards are in your hand. But there's just a maximum hand size of 7, so they can only take 7 sometimes. But you can go over the hand size on your turn if you draw that many cards.
Okay.
But you have to go back to 7 at the end of your turn, just like in Magic.
And they just like get discarded, or where?
They go straight to your cemetery / drop area. Never.
Okay.
So right now, okay, so you played Rimblade Summoner, and so in Dragon Ball, you know how they have autos and stuff like that. In Shadowverse, it's called fanfare. So there should be an F next to a character, and usually when it has an F, that means they have a certain ability that happens when it comes out to play. So fanfare means just basically when it comes into play, this happens. So Runeblade Summoner specifically says that if you have spell chain 5, and that means you have to have 5 spells in your cemetery, she gets 5/5. And if you have 10 spells in your cemetery, she gets 5/5, and then she gets Storm. And Storm means she can swing the same turn she's played.
Okay.
She can swing at leaders the same turn she's played. So you have to know the difference between the skills Storm and Rush. So Rush means they can swing at engaged followers. You see how that ancient elf is engaged?
Yeah.
Oh, well, not anymore, but she's engaged. So if I played a follower with Rush, I can swing directly at the ancient elf.
Okay.
Because technically everything has summoning sickness when it's played. But to get around that summoning sickness, if your follower can evolve, if you evolve your follower in the same turn as played, that follower gains Rush since it's evolved.
Interesting. Now, do the leaders stay the same throughout the whole game, or can those also evolve?
No, they stay the same. They're just basically placeholders. It's just something you can swing at. Nothing too crazy. They don't do any abilities. All the cards do all the work for us.
Okay.
And a neat little thing is you can use different leaders for different archetypes. So you see how they have that leader. They can have there's different leaders that come out in different sets for each class, but they're very rare to pull. That's the thing. They're very rare to pull.
Okay. Now I see you on Ghost of Zion, the playmat. Is that like the actual official play areas, or no?
No, those aren't zones. Those aren't zones. But speaking of, thank you for reminding me of zones. So you see how he has 2 followers? Our creatures are called followers. So you see how the Forcecraft player has 2 followers, right?
Yeah.
You can only have a maximum of 5 followers on the field at a time. And that counts for followers, amulets, and stuff that stay on the field. You can only have a maximum of 5.
Okay, now let me guess. An amulet is pretty much like a field card?
Basically, yes.
Okay.
That stays on the field until consumed.
And for anyone in the chat, all my references are from Dragon Ball Super, because that's the only card game I've really played, besides like Pokemon and some Magic, but majority Dragon Ball.
Yes. Okay, so what you're seeing the Forcecraft player doing right now is called an ability called Combo. So if you play a certain amount of cards a turn, like let's say, Tia specifically says Combo 3, right?
Yeah.
So let's say he played the Rose Deer that turn, and then he probably played Nature's Guidance, which is what he did. He played Nature's Guidance, and then he played Tia. So as soon as you play your 3rd card, you're on Combo 3. And you get the Combo 3 ability. And Tia's Combo 3 ability is she gets to summon a Crystalia Eve token. and then you can evolve Tia that same turn, which he just did with the Evo points. And that Crystalia Eve token gets +1/+1, and it gains a Rush.
Okay. Now do tokens
So she's a
have like
5/5
any?
with Rush.
Do tokens have any special things they can do compared to other cards, or they're just like flat blank tokens?
There's just tokens, yeah. They with specific stats. Usually depending on whatever the creature is, will depend on Put them both at 90. I don't know. I had them so low. Okay, that was a good play. So that's what you're going to hear a whole bunch, Chris, is that what's the spell chain at? Because Runecraft doesn't really do anything with followers besides, play Runeblade Summoner or like, but they have an explosive OTK. So the point of the archetype is to getting a whole bunch of spells in your cemetery.
Okay.
And then when you have like 15 around 20, you play this thing called Flame Destroyer for free, and he swings for 7. And a playset is 3 in this game. A playset is 3. But the Flame Destroyer says if you have spell chain 15, he costs 0, so you can play him for free. And he's a 7/7, so you play 3 of those. That's 21. And if you're not healing, and he doesn't have Storm, but there is a spell that says take an extra turn after this one.
Well,
so that's cool.
That seems a bit broken, but I'm sure it's not.
It's pretty fair. It's pretty fair because it takes a whole lot to do. You don't ramp up very, very fast because you need at least 7 play points to do it, and you need at least 10 cards in your cemetery. All right, so this card that he just played, Daria, this card helps you with the little spell chain thing. So she says on 6 you can discard your whole hand, and you put the top 5 cards into your EX zone. So where that Daria is the follower area, but the area below that is the EX area, and that's where you can play your tokens or with Daria's effect your cards from your deck.
Okay.
And then, they get played into the EX zone. And then when you evolve her, you can make a follower and a spell cost 5 less from your EX zone that turn.
Love us some combo decks. I can tell you that.
Yes. Lots of combos to happen. I'm telling you, you need to pick up the Dragon deck. It's very, very fun.
I mean, I just pick up the Dragon deck because I like the dragons.
Of course, and the dragons is strong. You just need to get the Fortes and you're set. It's like the most good card in the game.
Yeah. Now, I know you said that the playset is 3 cards. Now, how does like the secondary market look with that? Since people have to buy less cards to get a playset.
What do you mean by secondary market? Oh,
like TCG Player,
okay,
all that extra stuff. Oh, these games are quick.
Yeah. Well, Forest did a lot of aggression, but Rune is supposed to, when you're up against the Haven deck, you're sitting there playing for quite a minute. It just depends on whatever deck you go against.
Yeah.
But yeah, Forcecraft was very aggressive there, which is what you're supposed to do against the Runecraft deck, especially if they don't have followers. Because their only means of defense is spells, so they don't have any things like ward. So ward, think of Deadly Defenders. You remember Deadly Defenders in Dragon Ball?
Yeah.
That's what they are. They basically mean before you can attack your leader, you have to attack this card only.
Okay.
So.
Hey, that was a quick one. So.
Yeah.
That was good.
It's. But. All right. Let me put the video participants back on. But yeah, the games are pretty quick. I enjoy the game, of course. I love everyone. I love everyone who plays the game. I love everyone who's subscribed and keeping up on my videos. Cause man, everyone really surprised me. I didn't think I'd have as many viewers as I thought it was. So shout out to everyone who's been supporting me. I love you guys.
And who took that, Dom or Ghost?
Ghost did.
Okay.
It was the Forcecraft player.
Oh no,
Force
that was
player.
I was the Force player.
Yeah, the Force player.
Wait, who said that? I'm sorry.
Dom.
Okay, good.
Dom.
I don't want to like
Dom
mark
won.
it wrong.
Yeah.
The Forcecraft won, DJ. Also, what's good, DJ? How you doing? What's good? What's good?
So, what are you guys' opinion on the game, Ghost and Dom? And how long have you guys been playing?
Since that one.
Okay.
So, for me, it's a bit different. As far as Evolve specifically goes, only for about a couple months, but I've been playing the online version for a couple of years. And it still plays relatively the same, aside from a few mechanics.
Yeah. I tried the digital when this was getting announced, so I could kind of decide what I was gonna play, and I was Forest and Haven. That was kind of just hitting for me.
Okay. And the digital version is free, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's actually very free-to-play friendly as well.
Yeah, it gets you a good concept on the game.
Mm-hmm.
Well, after this, I might actually download it.
Yes. After this stream today, please download it. It's fun. I mean, definitely do not play online. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Get a good. They have starter decks. I'm pretty sure. No, they give you trial decks. They give you like trial decks. They're not limited. They're kind of like full power. They're kind of full power.
If you go to
from
the
my opinion.
practice mode, like where it just lets you play against an AI, it gives you like some of the newer starter decks, and if you go into the story mode, you can get some of the older starter decks too, and they're relatively well built.
Okay.
But another thing, if you do play on the online client, you can play the deck if you want to. But if you really want to learn a deck that you might be playing physical, avoid Portalcraft because we don't have Portalcraft yet.
Yeah, they actually broke up the cards into other things, like Runecraft got the True Strike golems that Portal had.
Okay. Now, can you guys like play against each other, like host your own rooms and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Probably
Okay.
matters.
But we're about to get a new client. I forgot what the date was. What was it called? Shadowverse
It's
New World?
I think it's supposed to come out in the summer. I don't know what day specifically, though.
Is it a reboot or just new engine type stuff?
I think it's a reboot.
I think it's a reboot. Client's been around for like years.
Yeah.
And even longer if you consider Rage of Bahamut when that first came.
Oh yeah.
Well, I can run some like online tournaments if you guys don't want to do like the webcams sometimes. Like we can switch it up and use like the
it's
client.
definitely it's definitely quite different.
Yeah, it's a whole different playing field, and to play an not expensive deck, to play a really well functioning top tier deck, and like even the lowest tier deck, it's just mad expensive. Just because the game's been out for so long, and I wouldn't say expensive as in like money. You just like you need in-game files to like build cards.
They give you a
and
lot
stuff.
in the campaign, but like that's a time sink, right? Like you have to go through that. So.
Yeah.
And even then, you still need a good deck to beat some of the battles in that. And it's like 32,000 vials to make one decent deck, and you don't get a lot.
Jeez.
Yeah, I felt like I could get 2 decks pretty quick, but now after the second, it kind of is slowing down.
Yeah, I had that mistake when I built chess, and then I decided to build a Heal Haven, and realized how much of a struggle it was getting all the stuff for that.
Yep.
if anything, I would wait until the new client comes out to try and
Jump in when
do
it's
some.
smaller. Yeah.
Yeah, because if they do like a whole like new interface thing, and then they don't do like a transfer, which I'm pretty sure they'll probably do a transfer thing, but I don't know if you'll have all the cards and whatnot.
A cosmetic transfer, maybe.
Yeah. So a quick question. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but do you know if they had the Code Geass
In Japanese?
in-
I'm pretty certain they had it in Japanese. I don't know about
well,
it.
not in the JP version, but on the online client. Do they have the
Let's see.
So I didn't like. I would have definitely had Cornelia as my leader for RuneCraft.
It seems like they did, but it at least a year ago.
Oh yeah, probably licensing.
Yeah. Yeah, it says
Same thing
2020.
like Dead by Daylight.
2020.
Okay. That checks out.
And that's set 4 for Evolve, right?
Mm-hmm. That's the set that's coming out in April for us.
Yeah, I don't love the huge delay with the Japanese version, but I definitely would not want like a new set every month either.
Yeah. It's some bread, but you know, to play catch up, you got to do what you got to do.
Yep.
And for my little intermission screens for the times like this, I just play Marvel Snap for you guys or anything. You guys don't know what Marvel Snap is.
I've seen it. I haven't tried it.
It's pretty fun. It's just like it's like a weird card game, but
Yeah.
you can't like purchase all the cards in the beginning. Like, you have to like grind to get all the cards.
Yeah,
And-
that's the thing that I'd heard, and I was like, I can play something else. It was
Yeah.
my impression, but
Yeah,
whether or not that's true is separate.
it's not too bad because they usually never put you up against anyone that has like the good cards. They keep you like around new
Okay,
players
yeah.
or like your same like time that you played. But it's like a real quick pace game. It takes like 3 minutes at most.
Mhm.
Yeah, every game is pretty quick. I remember we were driving to DC. I played a whole bunch of games of Marvel Snap. Crazy grinding. That was the only game I could run on my phone at the time.
Mhm.
Okay, there we
Looks like the
go.
last one finished.
All right.
Yep, just finished.
Alright, let me update the bracket. So who won?
I did.
Alright, and is that Rico?
Exia.
Okay, Exia. Alright, and then that round 2's already up.
Okay, so Dom. So we'll just stay table 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I guess, who do you want to stream now, Jalil?
Let's see. Let's see what. Actually, let's take here. Let's see here.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, you see everything
That
all
should
right?
be a pretty interesting match.
All right. Man, I appreciate you offering the Marvelous Sundays this weekend.
Oh yeah, you're welcome. How'd you do
Yeah.
on Houston?
I went 3-4, and that was about what I was aiming for. Like, you know, that's relative to how much I play and stuff like that, right?
Okay, fair.
I felt very good about it.
Yeah, I wish I could have made it to Houston, but just did not work out.
Yeah, that is really unfortunate. I know I was so lucky. They were actually opening product, and that the venue is like my local store, so I know they normally don't have product, and then I show up at like 8:30 something like that, and I see them they open 2 or 3 cases or something.
What? Man, that's huge.
We need to get something on this show.
That's huge.
And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, oops.
But
That was a pretty good.
again, if you guys want to mute us, or if you guys want to hear
we're
us
gonna be
rambling on,
commentating here.
up to you guys.
Bye. Yes, I can.
Alright, so Chris, you're finally going to see some dragon gameplay.
And that's what Exia is playing, right?
Yes,
Okay.
actually is playing Dragoncraft, and that deck is very strong. If anything, so the thing about the current meta right now is that any deck can beat another deck if you if you pilot it correctly. But right now, Dom is on the back end because Forcecraft is not a very good matchup against Dragoncraft.
Okay.
Dragoncraft is just so strong. But Forcecraft can still win. Dragoncraft can still win. So that's the
Now you
best part
see,
about
I do like that to where like skill prevails over like anything.
it. Yeah.
And I mean, like, there's always gonna be that chance of randomness, but if skill holds more weight, then that's like, I like that.
Pay 1 for a nature's guide, pick up the windy, draw a card. Okay. And then I will play windy again. And
All right, so let me tell you a little archetype for Forcecraft. And so you see him playing that 1-drop. So he's gonna need that 1-drop most of the time, because what Forcecraft does is they bounce cards back into their hand. That's usually what they do. They bounce cards back to their hand, and then their removal is, they put cards back to your hand, or they put it at the bottom of your deck. So think of it like Blue in Dragon Ball.
Yes.
The cards aren't going to necessarily go away unless they go to the bottom of the deck. But they're gonna keep bouncing cards back into their hand and drawing cards. So there's a card called Harvest Festival. It's an amulet, basically a field card, and it just sits there. But its ability is you can spend 1 play point and engage it and put it into your cemetery, and you gain 1 life. But the other ability is if it leaves the field and comes back to your hand, or whenever it leaves the field, you draw a card. So if you bounce it back to your hand, you draw a card, and then you play it again. And if you bounce it again, you draw it again.
Okay.
This is a whole bunch of drawing combos.
Now, is there like I don't know, in my head I'm thinking about because you told me that there was a 7-card limit in your hand. So if he tries to bounce back something to his hand and he has 7 cards in the hand, where does that go?
None of these are me, Captain Coast. We're just hosting locals.
start, draw a card.
You heard my question.
What's up, Chris?
So if he tries to bounce back a card in hand and he already has 7 in hand, where does that card go?
It goes to his hand. He needs to have 7 at the end of turn.
Okay.
So, like, if you're ending your turn and you have more than 7 cards, you need to go down to 7.
Okay.
How you doing, Captain? Welcome to the stream. All right, so this is the version of Dragons where it's like discard. They discard cards out of their hand and they get value. So, you see that card, Dragon Flute?
Yes.
So essentially, the whole purpose of Dragon is it's the ramp deck. It's the ramp deck. Appreciate you subscribing, Captain. Welcome to the Shadowverse army. The whole purpose of Dragon is that it ramps. So it ramps very quickly. So, on turn 2, they're going to play a card called Dragon Oracle, and that increases your maximum play points by 1. And so that's why Dragon is so strong, is because it's the only ramp deck, and it can get to, large play points very fast. So you can play large things quickly.
Okay. And the play points last for the entire game, right?
Yeah. They go up every turn. You get 1 a turn, but Dragon doesn't really respect that. Okay, you're about to see the strongest card in the game. All right, you see this card that Exie is playing? That's called Forte. This card that will always be like around $15-$13, but her ability is broken. Her ability is broken.
Can you elaborate on the ability?
Okay, so when she comes out, she has Storm. She's a 4-drop that has Storm, but when you evolve her, she also has Storm, but she's a 7/3 and she has Aura, so you can't target her the turn that she's played. You can't target her with any spells. So she has full protection the turn she swings, and she's swinging 7 as soon as she's played. So that puts him automatically at 13.
I'm gonna pay 1 to evo this Eve, or
So this card, yeah, it doesn't sound like it's too much, but let me tell you, it's very good because the only time you can respond to things is on attack and at the end of turn. And when something has aura, it can't be targeted by spells.
Mhm.
So when you swing with something and the only window is to use a spell and it can't be targeted by spells, absolutely broken. All right, so right now Dragoncraft players on the back end, but one card can definitely switch it around. So yeah, he's taking another 7 because Forte, he didn't swing at Forte.
I just noticed he had the UI on the side, and that's
Yeah,
is that like an application that you can get on like?
yeah, I think it's called BlueStack. I'm not sure. Some people use it. I honestly need to figure it out myself. So here's the broken thing. You see how he swung with Forte and he's now at 6?
Mhm.
If he swings with another Forte, the game's over.
Wow.
that's just how broken Forte is.
I
Oh,
like it.
Ogori Cap. Okay, so we have to see if the Forcecraft player has the execution. So Oguri Cap is a card that came out in Uma, and she has Storm if you discard 2 cards. But if you race her 3 times, she becomes a 10/5.
Okay.
Yep, and the game's over. So that's the thing about Dragoncraft. They will play since they ramp, they'll play big cards fast. And the big cards that they have are just absolutely ludicrous. They're absolutely ludicrous. So that's why the game is very fast, especially with Dragoncraft.
That's a wee bit insane, but I like it.
Dragoncraft, in my opinion, is insane because it definitely counters Forcecraft and it counters my deck too. Runecraft it just plays big things too fast and you can't really stabilize. Like after you take that 7, you're already in a bad spot because that's like it's like a quarter of your HP already.
I'm pretty safe if it's not Forte.
Well, that's more than a quarter.
Well, hey, hit him fast and hard.
Hit him
That guy liked
fast
to,
and hard. And then you know what was funny? Because Exia did not get into Overflow. And when you're in Overflow, you get bonus stats in Dragon. So Overflow means you have 7 play points. So you know that ramping mechanic I was talking about earlier?
Yeah.
So the whole purpose of Dragoncraft, the whole unique, is, you get into Overflow very quickly because you ramp. So when you get to 7 play points, whenever you hit 7 play points, you're in Overflow. And certain cards say, hey, when you're in Overflow, this also happens. But as you can see, you don't need Overflow to win.
Yeah. Just like the extra assurance.
Yeah.
And then I swapped the snipe to the Yum Fast, which is because this deck was basically the same as what the second floor guy had.
Oh.
The guy got free. That's what I ended up playing. Now the goblins and stuff I changed that.
I do like Exia's map or Matt. Yeah.
Yes. That's actually an official Shadowverse map.
Now, what's the difference between Banish and the Cemetery?
So, only one deck right now banishes things, and that's Havencraft.
And that's what that snipe was. So there's so many situations.
And Havencraft, so when you banish things, usually some cards say they have an L on the bottom of it, or they have an L, and that means last words. That means before they die, they have an effect, or when they die, they have an effect.
Mm-hmm.
But when you banish it, you don't get the last words effect because they don't go to the cemetery. So whenever something Bellringer, it's like a 1-drop. When it dies, you draw a card. But if you banish Bellringer, you don't draw a card, and it goes to the banished area.
Interesting. Now, is there any cards with banished last words?
No. So whenever you banish a follower, banish last words, no. So basically, when you banish something, it stops the last words.
Okay.
Like when you banish any card.
Yeah, alright, Exia took that one for round 2. Oh, yeah. That's that.
Right now we're just waiting on Ghost and Rika.
Okay. But yeah, Dragon. We were just talking about how Dragoncraft is absolutely ludicrous because they can play those big cards very fast. Oguri Cap and Forte are just a pretty good combo.
Yeah, that was a very all-in play because I had the Silver Bolt in hand. So if he did not
But
have
you just
the-
didn't have the 7 play points, right? Or
Right, it was the next turn, and I was going first, right? So I was hitting 7 first. If he did not have another Storm for 6 damage, that was it. So it was a very all-in. Just
yeah, it had to
got a
be.
gamble
Well,
on that one.
yeah, it
I
was
opened
because
Ogre. So open Forte, Ogre, Oracle, and something else. So there was no way I'm gonna mull that in.
Yeah.
yeah, that's too
Mulligan
good.
Drag's hard.
Yeah, especially going second. Oh yeah, no, I'm keeping that.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt like I had to go second first because if you go first and you Dragon Oracle on 2, you have the Dragon Warrior to match my turn.
I actually did not draw it.
Right, but like that's the idea, right? Is you can
Yeah,
evoke
that's
Dragon
pretty
Warrior.
good reasoning.
Yeah.
So that feels bad enough, but I love the draw.
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah.
It's like some decks just perform better, going first or second.
Yeah.
Just like
I think
Sword.
A lot of, yeah.
Sword has to go second. Sword has to go second, in my opinion. just for that Leonidas turn.
It
Well,
depends on
I
the
guess
matchup.
the matchup, yeah. But Sword definitely probably wants to go second most of the time, just for the Leonidas play on 6. Unless they're against Havencraft, and then
You have to go first.
you have to go first against
Yeah,
Havencraft.
so Mirror Match and Haven for sure definitely want to go first. I'd say into Dragon as well. You want to go first because Dragon doesn't do anything turn 3. Maybe Bellringer.
Yeah, and then just letting Dragon go first and Oracle on 2, like just in most matchups, is just really tough.
Like when you play Swordcraft, you really have to get under Dragon because their late game is 10 times better than yours if you don't have Leonidas Resolve.
Yeah, now on the flip side of that, if Sword can survive into turn 6, 7, depending on going first or second, and they get Leonidas Resolve out, the longer Resolve stays, the worse it gets for Dragon.
Yeah, if that Resolve sticks, you're sitting there counting days. You're pushing days.
That's the price of the damage removal, right? Like Dragon, you got the really cheap removal, but it doesn't scale, right? Because with Haven, I've played through like 4 Leonidas turns, and because the removals it scales, right?
Yeah.
But not dragons.
Yeah, there's only one option. Get rid of that amulet.
Yeah.
You either have it or you don't, and that is the essence of all card games. You either have it or you don't.
Yep, either you have it or you don't.
Forest feels so big on that with the Uma variant. Like,
oh my gosh, yes.
Those first 3 turns, you just slam it and say you better stop this.
Okay. So how do y'all feel about the Uma meta right now? I did my tier list video. How do y'all feel about it?
I'm really surprised Forest is elite. I thought it would be elite next set because it won the championship last time. But apparently after Houston, now I'm eating my words since it got top 2 Forest wins.
Yeah.
Or Forest first and second. So I'm like, Forest is elite now. I thought it would be elite next set, but here we are.
Force just gets even stronger next set.
No, exactly, and then that's why I tell people not this set, but next set. But now apparently everyone has figured it out for this set.
It's really, really. So the thing is, I think it just fits the way the format functions because the way they hit Uma, right, is they hit the consistency cards instead of like dropping Daiwa Vodka to 1 and leaving the consistency and making them search for it. They said no, we're gonna just make this a very high variance. Like you can have an insane deck, or it's whatever, and I think Forest matches that. Forest, they like people say Forest and Uma, like Uma should be a little bit favored, but the matchup, the way it ends up playing, at least the way I feel, is it's just a you have it or you don't on both ends. Like if they slam a Vodka on 3 and you can Lily it, cool. If they slam it on 3 and you can't, it's over. If they have the removal for the Ancient Elf on 2, it's over, right? But if they don't, you're hitting them for 5 and it's going to stick. So
Yeah, but I mean, you also have this. You also have storm utilizations in Uma. That forest kind of has to keeps like popping their Marvelous Sunday stuff like immediately out of the gate, and that's
the thing is, I don't
really
even think the forest has to try to heal that much. I think you really just push damage, and it's going to stick. You can't heal, and if they, it's just a race, is how I perceive it. It feels very swingy on both ways. It's just opening hand reliant, and I think a lot of the decks feel like that for the Uma set.
Yeah, and the fact that Dragon got hit, got the Shenlong hit this early compared to Japan, so it really brought out Forest because we can't just go Shenlong on 7 or 6, and then Evo 5 and just sit on it
and do it twice.
Time. Yeah, we can't just do that anymore. So we kind of have to high roll into pretty much every game because Dragon just doesn't do anything.
Yeah. So I think I would say like the 3 decks that I think are like the best are Dragon, Forest, Uma, and all 3 of them feel very. If they have the opening hand, they're running away with the game. That is my perception of this format.
I'm sad Haven kind of fell off because I was thinking it's still overall good, but I put it personally in high tier 2. But WoW is taking a big drop off. But I think everyone has probably realized Aegis is slower than people expected, and
it's just not going to high roll, right? Like the deck's just not going to high roll, and if it gets high rolled by the other 3 decks, it's not going to keep up.
Yeah, it's a really unfortunate thing because I'm high on Haven. It has so many good answers. It's just not gonna keep up with a lot of the other decks. They're trying to slog to the late game, and at this point in this meta, it's really hard to do that.
Yeah. Now the thing is, like, Haven won London.
Yeah.
So it's very.
It's possible.
It's possible, but it really depends on the pilot and the person that won London. He is a good Haven player. So it's. I'm surprised that Haven won in general, but knowing who the pilot is now, okay, it makes sense.
Yeah, but even then, without context too as well, it still has a lot of great control use cards. It's just not up to par with the current top elite. So it was more elite last set, but now this set it just kind of fizzled to.
It just seems slow. It just seems slower than the other deck.
It just has very polarized matchups.
It does have the removal.
Yeah. I mean, you can't just play Seraph and then wait till the 10 plus heal. That's not viable. As
Seraph is a side.
No, that's not gonna work out because someone's gonna play off that. Like that 6 that you have, that's so expensive just for one amulet to get one. Yeah, that's literally you doing nothing.
Yeah, and you can just hard play Aegis because you gotta wait turns, and then you're thinking, okay, I want to evolve Aegis, but then I also need Guardian Sun to also do that, and that's wasting points at this stage.
Okay, so round 3 is up. Since Rika has not been on stream, we're gonna be streaming Rika here in Table 1.
Yeah, don't streamception.
Triple streamception.
Yep.
Oh yeah, this is triple streamception. All right, this is gonna be.
So me and Zach.
Hold on, I have to really turn off these spins.
Okay.
Hold on, let me share. Yeah, there's a lot going to be going on. It's actual.
All right, yeah, you can either mute us or turn us down. It's going to be commentating.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, I'll mute both of you then to make it easier. And yeah, for anyone on my stream, you can go check out Soul Sparta stream and I believe another stream.
All in one gaming generation.
Yeah, go check out those streams. They're probably on the Shadowverse category anyways. And yeah, so that's just for my audience. So shout out to them. All right, I'm gonna move both of them.
All right, you're on Uma.
Yeah, I'm on Uma.
Okay.
All right, so I think they
have to double check with the leaders, you know.
Just turn them down real quick. I keep them at like a smooth 50.
Smooth 50?
Yeah, because I like hearing them like, you know, talk a little bit, but like when we're talking, I feel like it gets too much.
Oh wait, yeah.
But yeah, right now it's Exia is actually in first right now. I thought Dom would be. but,
No, Dom went up against his worst matchup, so he did very good for what he had. It's like how Shadowverse works is, even though you don't really like that deck does draw a lot, you just have to work with what you have, and sometimes you really have to just go for it because you're probably going to die next turn if they don't have it. So that's what we were talking about. That if you do, if you have it, you have it. If you don't, then that's really what Shadowverse is like. Because honestly, Dragoncraft is supposed to beat Forestcraft like 95% of the time.
Okay.
And that's because its cards are just so big and so wide. And he didn't. If Exia had a board wipe, then Force still would have probably lost. So it was either he had the big, finisher to end the game, or he had the board wipe to clear his board and then reset the state. So. But we have Rika on Umacraft. So the collab that just came out at the last month, December 8th, it's the collaboration set. So that's has all the Uma followers. So that's the Uma deck. And the Uma deck is from an anime called Uma Musume Pretty Derby. And it's about horses racing. It's an anime about horses racing. So the whole deck is portrayed around the entire anime. Not like, the cards are, story based like in, Dragon Ball, they have like Cell Saga and stuff like that. But it's just a little cute anime about horses racing, and we have a set about it. So
I mean, hey, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so our next collaboration set is from an anime called Code Geass. But it's not gonna have like a deck or anything. It's just gonna have like leaders and alternate art cards and stuff like that.
So they just pretty much just pull from tons of different animes. And are these animes like big or anywhere, like in any countries, or they're like small little animes?
They're pretty big. They're you can watch them on Crunchyroll. Like all of them, you can watch on Crunchyroll. So I'd say Code Geass is very big in Japan and very big in America.
Okay.
So that's what everyone's probably looking forward to. Uma is not as popular, but Uma has a game on the phone, and it it's an anime. So and then now it's in the card game.
Not bad.
Yeah,
not
see,
bad.
look, DJ said Code Geass is half the reason why he started playing. So. And they had in the online client they had different collabs. Like they had Street Fighter, had a whole bunch of different stuff. Power Rangers, I believe. I don't know. I'm kind of like talking out of the back of my head for that one, but we're getting more collabs as the set goes on. So to fill you in on the next set, so we were talking about how everyone was expecting Force to get stronger next set, is because in set 3 is going to be all about fables. Beauty and the Beast, Snow White, Cinderella. That's what the next set's really going to be about.
Okay.
And there's a card called Beauty and the Beast that goes in Forestcraft, and it's just Forestcraft is gonna get even stronger. But Forestcraft is stronger now because it's just topping so many LCQs, because that's what's the meta right now, just Uma meta. Because you can run the Uma cards in the perspective decks. Like the special week is a Dragoncraft card, so you can run it in the Dragoncraft deck if you want to, but it's not really gonna work out. But
Okay.
like Oguri Cap came out of the Uma set, and Oguri Cap works wonderfully in the Dragoncraft deck because of what her ability does.
What is it? But like, we're taking from all those different animes. It's like almost unlimited content that the game can have.
Yeah, but it's a collab set, so they got to put in original ideas.
Yeah.
But Japan, they're Shadowverse. They're like ahead of sets of us, so they're like being delayed right now as our sets catch up, because our sets come out every month, or I think the only break, every other month. So the only break that we really get that's a decent amount of time is the set after February, the Fable set, and that's called Cosmic Mythos, and that comes out in April.
Okay, and why is it
And
being
that's the
delayed?
collab set. Well, Japan is delayed because so English can catch up.
Oh, I know they are not happy about that over there. I can tell
Yeah,
you
they're
that.
not, but our sets do come out like every month, so we do have to drop some bread on it about like every other month, so just to catch up with the meta. So they're getting some revenue from that. But more to talk about the Uma deck. So you can only run the Uma cards that came from the set in the Uma deck. That's what makes it fair. And it has a limitation. So you can only include one of a certain 2 cards, and that's it's like a 3-drop Econo Dictus, I believe that's her name, and then other one Trial Initiation. I'm pretty sure I just remembered that, and I need a gold star for that because that's those cards. Some of those cards are like I'm still struggling with Swordcraft cards that come out in set 2. Like even in set 1, I'm sitting there. I'm calling them Stormtroopers and Stormbladers and stuff like that because Novice Troopers, Quick Blader. Like I'm just like it's just too much of them.
Yeah.
Like
Now,
unless I have the card right in front of me, then I'm not gonna know. But.
yeah. Now, is there like a rotation in the game or?
No, there's no. Well, on the online client, there is a rotation, but we are still in like the first couple of sets, so we won't get a rotation for a while.
Okay. Now, if more Uma cards come out in the next couple sets, will we be able to add them to this deck or no?
No. There's not going to be any more Uma cards.
Alright.
No, so all the Uma stuff came out in the Uma set, so there's no more Uma stuff coming out. Unless they have like a little, like little starter deck. I know how Bushiroad's gonna do because Bushiroad does White Schwartz, I believe. So if they want to have let's say they had the Uma deck and it came out in like December. Now later on in the set and series, they might have like a little package where they're like, hey, look at the new Uma cards. In a little package, and it'll probably be like $70. Give you like a whole bunch of extra new Uma cards. It'll probably be play sets of them. And you can upgrade your deck with those cards. That's what they do with White Schwartz, I believe.
Not bad.
But I don't think that's what they're going to be doing.
So what are those that he just pulled out?
So that is vodka. So whenever you play a spell, you give other followers +1/+1, and I believe she gains rush if you do. Yeah, okay. So played vodka, and then he played flowers for you. So flowers for you says you give a follower +1/+1, and then if your follower is Sween Sky, you give her another extra +1 attack. But you didn't have Sween Sky, but he did give +1/+1 to the Forest Craft one, and then vodka says they also get another extra +1/+1 on top of that too. Your other followers, like all your Uma followers, get +1/+1.
Okay. Now
So
does
it's
that
swung
stuff?
for 5.
Now do those little tokens come out of the packs or like booster boxes, or did he get those like on his own?
The little +1 counters.
Yeah.
Yeah, they come in the starter deck. Yes,
Okay.
but some people use dice.
I don't know. I feel like those little markers and stuff like that are like cool for like the respective
Oh
game.
yeah, they come in every starter deck. You get a little life counter, you get +1/+1 counters, you get the skill counters too, and they're all little pop out things that you can.
Oh yeah, and like I don't know, I just look at it as a collectible type thing, cause like they could do so many things with that. They could just make like them theme to like the certain deck too, even though they're pretty like small. But I think it can be done. Because I know from like Pokemon, they have the tokens with all the different Pokemon like faces on it. I literally have like tons of those just sitting around because I just like how they look.
Alright, give me 1 second. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
For anybody new in the chat, I want to welcome you guys to All-in-One Gaming Generation. We pretty much are here to do it all in one place. So whether you like to be casual or competitive, we're gonna have something for you. Any way that we can support you guys in your goals, and whether it's just wanting to have a good time or wanting to be the best player that you can be, then we're here to help you with that. So appreciate you guys watching, following, and all that.
Okay, sorry about that.
This one's going a little slower. It looks like a little bit more
Yeah,
methodical.
this Uma is very strong, but I think Rika might be testing out a new build. Rika is very experimental.
Rose Gardener, and then one more to evolve it, putting the evolved Agnes back into your hand.
It's going slower because Force is actually in control right now, just by removing their followers and slowing them down. Which is way harder against. It's a lot slower in comparison to Dragon, because Dragon will end games quickly.
Yeah.
Because they have Forte. They just have really big swingers and whatnot. Okay, so he's playing a card called Silent Suzuka.
Okay.
She has Storm when she comes into play, so she's able to swing at your leader directly. So he's using one Evo and one play point to evolve Suzuka. He's gonna bottom deck that card, and he's swinging for 5.
And he just has to take it.
Yeah, he can't respond. I mean, well, she doesn't have aura, so he can respond with like a quick spell.
But he probably doesn't have the quick spell.
No, it doesn't look like he has quick spell, because here's how the windows work. So the only time you can really respond with spells is as when he attacks, when he declares an attack, and you can respond with a spell. And the other time you can respond with a spell on your opponent's turn is at the end of their turn. And they have to be quick spells. Yeah, that's the only way you can respond with quick spells. Now that's something that's different from the online client, because I don't believe there's quicks in there's no quicks in
The online client.
yeah, there's no quicks in there. But there's quicks in the physical version. And in the online version, you can only evolve like 3 to 2 times in a game. Now in this one, you can evolve as, you know, a total of 10 times, honestly. So.
Draw a card for combo. And then attack the Suzuka. And ward the Ancient Elf. Draw your turn.
So currently, right now, Uma's in the lead, 16-5.
Is there even any way he can come back from this?
Yes. If he swings something and then gets to, I don't know why I called it Witch Bolt, Silver Bolt. So that burns him for however many cards are in his hand.
Okay.
And if he has a lot of cards, if he's been, you know, stabilizing cards in his hand, and he swings with the 4/4. Oh, okay, yeah. Ogori Cap ended. So. As you can see, Ogori Cap is a strong card. As you can see, Ogori Cap is a strong card. Yeah. All you have to do is pitch 2 cards and she gains Storm. And then for however many times you race her, she gets +1. She either gets +2 +1 or +1 +2. But she gets to a maximum of 10 attack with Storm. So yeah. But racing does cost play points, so you have to. That's literally to get her to 10 attack. You need to be like on turn 9, or at least 9 play points to do all that.
Okay, then kind of balanced.
Yeah, kind of balanced. But you know, against Dragoncraft, 9 play points is nothing because you ramp. So
That is true.
Well, that's where you can see the element of where Dragon is just very strong.
Yeah, that was the gamble. Because Suzuka beats the 3/3 Warlords, right?
All right, good game, guys.
Turn everybody up here.
Let me report mine. Okay.
I think that was round 3, I believe, and that was
round 3.
all of it.
Yes, sir. That was all.
Alrighty, thank you guys so much for coming out.
Yeah.
I appreciate and love you guys.
Thank you.
Yes.
If anyone wants additional games too, I'll be streaming for the next 2 hours as well. But I'll be on the Evolve community server. If anyone wants
Okay.
to join in.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, I can play some more games, but I'll just switch off of Dragon because
Fair.
I
Okay.
want to try different.
Yeah, I'm playing for LCQ on Saturday, so I want to get as much games on stream as I can.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
What LCQ is happening next weekend?
California.
San
Okay,
Diego,
so Cali
Los
goes
Angeles,
next weekend.
basically.
Yeah.
All right, cool. But yeah, thank you all. All right. So.
Of course, thank you for coming out.
I
Appreciate
appreciate
you
it.
guys.
One thing for you guys go. Well,
Oh no.
he already, he'll see the stream.
Yeah.
But I want to thank you guys for coming out. Whether you guys are just having fun or trying to get better, doesn't matter to me as long as you guys are here. I appreciate it. I'm gonna see if like we can get some more people in here, and possibly I can get some like promo prizings for you guys. However the system works, because I am like an official business, so I can actually like get that stuff.
Yeah.
So once I do get enough people, if you guys want to, we can have like some paid tournaments with like prizings and stuff like that, maybe cases, boxes, anything you guys want.
Yeah. All right. We'll see.
Sounds good. All right.
But again, thank you guys.
You're joking. That was just you and me.
Yes, sir. And for anyone else left in the stream, thank you. We'll be uploading this whole stream to the YouTube, and I'll be taking bits and clips out of it for hopefully TikTok or Instagram or anything like that. But thank you guys for sticking around, and enjoy the rest of the day.
Yeah, guys, take it easy.